Hi my peeps, I'm so super excited to be filming this video again. I hope you all had a very good weekend. I know as the new week is about to start, life happens and you begin to think and plan, what's next. But for people that are excited about going on to their jobs, of course, that's fine. Anyway, my name is Chisom. You can call me Chichi or you can just call me Chisom. So welcome to the channel. I share content around, developmental areas, meaning you want to move to the next aspect of your life. Trust me, I can get you sorted. So in my earlier videos, I was talking about the Global Talent Visa. By the way, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. So I was talking about the Global Talent Visa and how you can get that visa without much stress. Anyway, scratch that. It is stressful. It involves a lot of work, and you can get this visa even if you're in the UK or even if you're outside the UK. But I think most people that I've seen that have gotten this visa, I think a larger percentage of them already live in the UK. And a lower percentage of them live overseas. So I'll just give like a recap to what the Global Talent Visa. Of course, you can go on to my earlier videos to see what it means. Anyway, so I'm just going to talk about the benefits of the visa, talk about the good stuff before we go on to the more stressful stuff. So if you do have, or if you're a recipient of the Global Talent Visa, you have the opportunity to switch jobs, you have the opportunity to set up a business, you also have the opportunity to just be free. It feels like you don't have to be looking out for where your next visa is going to be coming from. So guys, trust me, it's what you want to learn about. Please do stay tuned and keep watching till the end of the video. So guys, as we go forward, I'd like to just streamline the process. So I'll only talk about just the academic and research aspect. So on my next videos, I'll go over all the other aspects of how you can get the Global Talent Visa. So one thing that I did mention in my earlier videos, if you haven't seen it, is that you need to take like an introspective look at your life, at your career, and the things you have been doing. So if you're someone with under 2 to 3 years of experience, you will definitely fall within the promising talent visa. But of course, do not take my word for it, because you might have done amazing things within your 2 to 3 years of work experience or academic experience. But if you think you've been highly recognized with doing all of your research, you can still decide to apply for an exceptional talent. But for people that are just really new, that are like promising leaders, then you should actually go for the different one, which simply means that you are an upcoming talent, right? You are not right there, but people are noticing your work, your quality of work, and you feel that you should be recognized for doing that kind of work. But like I mentioned earlier, this aspect of this video will be focusing on just academic areas rather than other aspects like digital technology and arts and culture. Do like a deep dive for you to understand if you're an exceptional talent and exceptional promise. Personally, I would consider myself an exceptional promise in the sense that because I am not like a newbie, for instance, in HR, I'm not like a newbie in the field of corporate work, but I still feel that there are still lots of impact, or there are lots of areas that I haven't really explored that would give me that qualification of an exceptional talent. Now, let's take a look at someone that has gotten, like, for instance, 5 years of experience working as a human resources expert or partner, and within that period, he or she has been able to develop like loads of research, particularly maybe in the field like remote working, because of course, just as COVID-19 came through, it has been one of the like most current research themes in that aspect, even in health. So for people that have conducted research, be it primary or secondary research, and have been able to make like very impactful contributions in that particular field, they will be seen as someone that's an exceptional talent. But an exceptional promise, this simply means that, of course, you've been working, but what initiatives have you developed that's very instrumental to the growth of a particular sector or a particular industry? So just talking about having an introspective look, just be very real with yourself. Like, take out a note, take out a pen, write everything down. Because after you have written down all of your strengths and your weaknesses and areas of improvement, then you can be able to determine what visa particularly, or what route you should be taking. Are you taking the exceptional talent, or are you taking the exceptional promise route? I know that this is where hard work comes into play. I've been talking about all of the benefits. For instance, you can switch jobs. For instance, you don't need to be worried about where your next visa sponsorship is coming from. All of that stuff. But if you're going through the academic and research route, you need to really show proof. You need to show supporting evidence. So this would be the level of quality of journals that you have published your work. This could be the level of citations, the number of citations from all across the world. So you also need to look into that. Also, another aspect that you need to include in your supporting evidence is it a case that you've won like grants, you've gotten funding for your particular research work, and also you might want to consider, for instance, the projects you've been involved in, just having a holistic reflection of what you've done in the past, and most importantly also consider your leadership abilities or your leadership capabilities, or ways that you have demonstrated leadership capabilities. It needs to be part of your supporting evidence. Another aspect is also letters of recommendation. I think you need about 3 of them. So this means that if you are in the field of perhaps digital transformation, so there needs to be 3 leaders in digital transformation, or 3 thought leaders that think that you are doing a great job. It might be in your place of perhaps where you're studying, or wherever it is that you've made impact. For instance, if it's in your home country, you've been recognized for being a particular help or helping to solve problems that are very, very important in society, and you have been recognized for it, you can also add that to your documentation process. The whole idea is that nobody just wants you to just talk all around the place, but you need to show. So that's why I know that most times people that are almost at the brink of getting chased out of the country, they think that the global talent visa can then be substituted as a visa to stay back. It really doesn't really work. So it takes planning. So now that you have the time, for instance, you could make this plan in 6 months or 1 year, but you need to be certain that you have all of your supporting evidence. So like I mentioned earlier, you need to show your publications, you need to show if you've gotten grants, you need to show if you've gotten a particular scholarship or a fellowship, whatever it is that's showing that you're really doing a great job. And then you need to showcase if people believe in you, people believe in your work, that's getting letters of recommendation in that particular field, and also your ability to show your leadership capacity. So all of this counts when making that academic or research endorsement. So now we are going to move on to endorsement. So there are loads of organizations, there are loads of institutions that can endorse you. So this simply means that you might have all of the documentation, but you need an established body in the UK to say that, okay, yes, this girl is doing a great job, or this guy is doing a great job, let's get him a visa that can help us contribute to that field in the UK. So guys, you've passed all of the hard work stage. Then you still need to put all of the documents together and then tender this document to a well-reputable society in your field. So if you want me to make a video of perhaps the kind of societies that you could apply to, please let me know, or I can just leave a link to various societies that you can tender your application for endorsement. So the things you need to also get prepared: you need to have an outstanding CV. You also need to have an outstanding letter of interest, or perhaps a statement of purpose, like people would normally call it. You also need to attach your supporting evidence. This includes all of the documentation that you have or we've talked about in the past. And then you need to include your letter of recommendation. So those 3 letters, those 3 key letters of people that are recommending you to say that, no, this person is an exceptional promise, or this person is an exceptional talent. You need to tender this documentation, all of them, to the society, and then you then have to wait. So once you get feedback from your application, then you still need to apply to the Home Office for your visa. You need to pay your visa application fees, your endorsement fees, and then it's a period of waiting. So usually our standard time will be that it takes about 2 to 8 weeks to hear from them. But then some people are just so lucky and they get it back. And guys, as we know, it's not an easy journey, but find your heart. Of course, you need to understand that things take time. So if this is what you might be looking out for, just try. You never can tell. Just try and give yourself opportunity for options, right? Rather than just being restricted to looking out for the most popular visas. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching up to this time. Please share, please subscribe to my channel. It helps me make videos as this. And for those other people that are looking out for digital tech and also arts and culture, I got you. Stay tuned.